Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Scott and Jaime Show. I am Scott.
And I'm Jaime.
And this week's topic, Jaime, comes from so many of our clients and so many of the people we interact with. They say to us, you talk so much about happiness, so much about well-being, and so much about positivity and all the amazing effects it has on people's lives, as if not having those things is a bad thing.
Right.
As if like we are these paragons of happiness and we never experience pain or disappointment or sadness. And that is not the point, is it, Jaime?
No.
So what happened to you recently that sort of brought it back up?
Yeah, so I was at an acupuncture appointment with Mary Morrison, who's an amazing acupuncturist.
World-class acupuncturist, and I'll put her information at the bottom of the screen here.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. And I was telling her about a little pain I had in my hip. And she said, well, when is it painful to you? And I said, you know, when I get up and start moving, the pain goes away. But it's when I'm sitting or laying down, I feel a little pain in my hip. And she said, well, that's not for me to fix. And I thought, well, that's what your job is.
Right.
What do you mean it's not for you to
Right,
fix?
you go to these people to not feel pain anymore, right? Right.
And she said, it's your hip telling you get up and move more often. And I thought, yeah, how about that? It is my hip giving me a signal. And I think that is what so much of when we're having a painful experience or when we're having a struggle or when we're having sadness, those are just signals telling us to correct course in our life. And those signals are as important as those happy moments and maybe even more so.
I remember when I was going through a great deal of pain when my ex and I broke up several years ago. And I went to one therapist and she said, well, I can get you a prescription for an antidepressant to sort of get the edge off. I'm like, I don't want to get the edge off. So I said goodbye to that therapist and tried another one because I wanted to feel the pain so that I could get to the bottom of the real source of the pain.
Right.
I'm not saying that antidepressants are not appropriate for certain people, but I felt like in this situation it was not appropriate for me.
Right.
That I don't want to shy away from it. I want to lean into it and figure it out.
Yeah. So I think what the point is that we're asking is if you are having a moment of unhappiness, if you're having a moment of uncertainty, struggle, worry, concern, or literally physical pain or illness, start to ask yourself questions about what is this teaching me? What am I learning? How can I grow from this experience? How should I be listening to my mind, my body, my emotions more or better in this experience? And you will have a tremendous amount of growth.
Yes, and remember, living a life of positivity is not about removing all obstacles to your happiness. It's about when there are obstacles, you find ways around them so much more creatively.
Yeah.
And the low times don't last as long, the down times don't last as long, the sad times don't last as long because you have the skills to get yourself out of it.
And I think what's really important about that, though, Scott, is that if you are having conscious awareness of what's happening in your low time, you're really learning from that experience versus just being sad or in pain and not ever going to a therapist to figure it out and just having a period of sadness and then eventually getting over it and never learning from that experience.
Right. Yeah, if you're not learning from it, it's sort of...
Yeah, what's the point?
It's just accentuating the sadness, isn't it? It's sad that you're sad because you're not learning about the sadness.
Yeah.
So figure it out by experimenting, by asking questions, by listening to your body.
Yeah, listen for those signals.
I love the signals, and we love Mary Morrison.
We do.
And thank you for sort of her beautifully kind and blunt way of serving her patients. She's incredible.
Yeah,
I've used her, Jaime has used her.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
I love her.
Yeah, love her too. So that's it for this week.
All right, bye for now.